Deadly Breed. Yeah,
That's right. Okay. Deadly Prey is pretty good though.
yeah. Well, Deadly Breed is not. Uh, and this is it's a weird one. It's about a parole officer, Tomas, with a heart of gold. He actually cares about these guys that are coming out of prison. He wants them to succeed. He wants them to go out and get jobs and, have good relationships with their families and not do drugs. Just live straight edge. Don't go back to prison. Well, before we're introduced to a cop that is kind of like putting an army together. A kind of a group of secret police, you could say. And he wants to clean the streets of minorities. That's right. If you're Mex, mm-mm-mm. If you're Asian, mm-mm-mm. If you're black, not on these streets. They're going to take everybody out. Hey, and if you're a parolee, that makes it easy because, hey, you got a history of, being embroiled in drugs and stuff like that. Well, when this parole officer, some of his parolees start dying, he's like, wait a minute. It was a drug deal gone wrong, but this guy didn't do drugs. And he starts investigating Tom, but you can't break that thin blue line. Once you do that, well, shit, you might as well be a minority yourself. And turns out, Tom, that his wife kind of is a minority because she's Jewish. And well, that doesn't bode well because if you're a attractive Jewish lady, not only do these racist police want you dead, they want to rape you first. That's just the MO. That's how they work. And
It's the plight of being a Jew, broad.
so after this comes to a head, it's like he can't take it no more. They killed his wife. He's about to get transferred to another job. And shit, it's time to break out the guns and go after him. They want a war. He'll give them a war they never believe.
Fuck.
This movie has a guy that's set on fire, and I kind of like that. That's one of the things I look for in movies. Uh, but it's weird, It's shot on video. It does these weird camera angles at times that makes everything look really shitty. It doesn't really commit to the exploitation part of the movie, and it doesn't commit to the action part really well. I mean, it tries to at the end, but they really don't know how to do it. And even though they got shit exploding, just looks all rather shitty, you know. They've got a villain. The main villain is a corrupt cop. That's always good villain to have, right? But we see he's multifaceted, Tom. He plays classical piano in his spare time. So we have a whole scene with the camera revolving around him and curtains blowing in the wind, and he's just there playing the piano. Ah. Yeah, it's a weird one, man. I mean, uh yeah, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, really the only thing this movie has going for it is Will Smith, but he's barely fucking used. And if you're not a fan of the guy, then you won't give a fuck. Um, this is just slop that was made to be put on the fucking video store shelves at the time. It is very middle of the road. Like, yep, that was a movie. Not terrible, not good. Just okay, yeah, see what you were going. You kind of know the direction to go, but then you don't. You just stop.
If so, yeah, so like Tom said, this is for the video stores, and the reason you know that is you look at the cover, and William Smith is prominent on the cover. It's kind of like these movies that have Danny Trejo, you know, and like I always laugh. Say, oh, they got Danny Trejo for a day. They only got William Smith for an afternoon. You know, like he's got maybe 5 minutes total screen time. You know, it's all his scenes are in the same office. So it's just like, all right, let's get this shit over with. All right, now I gotta be somewhere. I gotta go. I gotta meet a friend.
Yeah, it's nothing. Oh, well, you better get in there and tell them that this, and you better just make it right. All right, bye.
We don't kill cops. Parole officer is not a cop.
You fucking bitch.
Okay. Yeah, when I said I enjoyed it, that's going too far. But I'll say this: when I watched it, I sat there and watched it. You know, I didn't get up and start fucking, you know, sorting through books or whatever. I just, you know, I watched it. It held my attention. But that's not saying it's good. You know, I like a lot of garbage, or I'll watch a lot of garbage. Uh, there's, you know what? If you're watching this, give it a watch. You know, because or you like garbage. I know Tomas is a harsher critic than his former colleague or co-host was, Danny, but I would say give it a chance, because that's all of us need is a chance. Sometimes a second chance if you're coming out of prison.
I would say watch other Will Smith movies first. Action USA, like if you want a wild action exploitation movie, Action USA is, then he's the bad guy in that one. Champagne and Bullets, Get Even, Road to Revenge, whatever cut you want to watch.
Invasion of the B-Girls, where
Invasion of the B-Girls.
he's a great hero in that one.
And Boss End Person, who can forget that one? He's the evil white in that shit. If you haven't seen that, that movie is fucking terrific. That would also be a 5 out of 5. But this one, it's just what the fuck ever, man. It is what it is. It's there. You had potential to show that you kind of knew what the fuck you were doing. You just didn't for money reasons or what. You would think this kind of movie would have more explosions and at least people going "Ah!" and falling over and some kind of nudity or something, because that's the point. Let's put these things in a movie. We'll put it on VHS and it'll be on the shelf. But it doesn't have that shit. So it's just like, well, what the fuck?
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to DWNProductions.net and FastCustomShirts.com.